good evening everyone, welcome. Hope you're well, etc. I'm Sophie. I'm just going to lift the screen up a bit. I think that's better. Great. Welcome. I hope you can hear me all right, see me all right, etc. We're a few minutes early, so if you have any questions before we get started, let me know. And some of you know this is the last Yin and Sound session. Feels like the end of an era. Thank you all so much for joining this past year online. We have a few of my favourite songs from these sessions, so I hope you enjoy. I also wanted to say, Kelly, I just got your message. I haven't had a chance to respond yet because I've just seen it, but thank you so much for your message, sending you so much love. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and let's stay in touch. Okay, so we'll slowly start to gather ourselves here. As always, it's a little bit prop heavy for yin, just because we want to be well supported. And we don't need the fancy yoga props, just anything you have in your house that will make do, grab that. If you don't have anything at all, no worries. We can just go with the flow, see what you have. So if you have a yoga mat, grab that. And I recommend having a blanket on top of the yoga mat for some nice cushioning, making it nice and cozy and warm. And you'll also want a blanket to go on top of you as well. I've actually rolled mine up into a nice long sausage, so feel free to do the same, and that's going to go underneath our ankles eventually. I'm also sat in a bolster here. You might not see it. That's your badger. If you have one of those, grab it. If you don't, you can just use a couple of sturdy bed pillows wrapped up in a blanket to make a nice thick tube. And then any cushions from your sofa, all the soft furnishings in the house, grab it. We're going to be making some nice pillow fortresses and dens for ourselves. So as much collateral as you have to hand, that's the better, basically. If you do have blocks and you know that you like to use blocks to prop yourself up, then grab them. You could just use some thick books, but these aren't necessary. So if you don't have blocks or books, don't worry. I think that's everything. Maybe you want some essential oils. If you have some lavender or a lovely candle that you like to light, then sort yourself out with that. Treat yourself. I have a candle on and I'm wearing some Woman's Balance oils. So that gets me in the mood. And then another nice thing is to have an eye pillow over your eyes. So if you have a fancy yoga one, grab that. If you don't, like me, I just use a sock or a scarf or anything that I have to hand that's nice and dark that's going to close off the light to the eyes. And I think that's it. Enough of my waffling. We're going to start lying on the back. So taking your time to get there. And if you feel like you need some extra time to gather all your cushions and everything, feel free just to press pause on the video. Come back to me later. So we're lying on the back and we're going to have the bolster underneath the knees. And roll that blanket underneath the ankles if you have an extra blanket to hand. And then slowly lowering yourself down onto your back. And then from here, pressing into the back of the head just so you can snuggle the shoulder blades underneath you. And we'll have the hands resting on the belly, palms face down, so you can track that rise and fall of the belly with the breath. And taking a few deep sighs here, just to help you drop into the mat. So each inhale, breathing through the nose and filling the whole belly. And on the exhale, sighing it out, letting it go. And finding your flow to the breath, so whatever pace feels good for you, but the invitation is to just start slowing it down. And just seeing if maybe any noises want to come with those sighs. Give yourself permission to really go there, let go. And then when you feel satisfied, just allowing the breath to start to return to its natural pace, breathing in and out through the nose. All soft parted lips if the nose is a bit blocked this evening. And from here, just tuning in, noticing how it feels to breathe. Really tuning into the sensation of each breath as it comes and goes. Seeing how each breath is ever so different from the last breath. Something subtle, something new to notice with each inhale. And a whole new experience with each exhale. And noticing the sensations of the breath in the body. The sensation of the air through the nostrils or through your parted lips. And the feeling of the air as it enters the body, filling the whole belly. And the feeling of the air as it enters the space around you. So starting to find that reciprocal relationship with the air, flowing in and out of your body. Each inhale receiving, welcoming the breath. And each exhale gifting back. And just noticing as we focus here on the breath, if there starts to be any correlation with the mind. And perhaps as we slow down the breath, we can start to create a little bit more space in between the thoughts. Starting to slow down the pace of the mind. And then creating that space in between the thoughts. Perhaps we might start to notice what those thoughts are. And rather than being attached to that thought, we're just noticing the thought itself. And giving it permission to float off. Knowing that anything we have to do can be put aside for the next hour. And our only task at hand here and now is just to be present with what is. Present with the sensations of the body. So you can start to experience yourself as sensation. Experiencing yourself as this wondrous ball of energy that you are in this moment, here and now. I could all parts I wished for. I've got everything I need. Sometimes I'm above water, but mostly not at sea. Oh, spectral me, can't you see there's so many rhythms and harmonies, and I'm walking the dog back. It's not like I got hurt or broken or ruined on the way. it shines through me. A swallow in a cage, almost like Johnny. Can't you see there's so many rhythms and harmonies tonight? And oh, goodbye. Is it a sign or just a landmine? Or a feeling roaming free? It's overtaken me. Gonna hold it till it dries up, or pocket it for another day. If it's me, I cannot give up, but I'd rather that she stayed. Oh, scratch on me. Can't you see there's so many rhythms and harmonies, and I'm walking the dark back. I got all the parts I wished for. I've got everything I need. Sometimes I'm above water, but mostly I'm at sea. Oh, such on me. Can't you see there's so many rhythms and harmonies, and I'm walking a dark path. From here, taking a really nice deep inhale into the belly. Exhale, letting it go. And when you're ready, slowly rolling over onto one side, finding a fetal position. Keeping the eyes closed if you can, maintaining this internal awareness. And then when you're ready, slowly rising up to find a seated position. And you could either do that kneeling on your bolster or finding a comfortable cross-legged position, maybe sitting up on a cushion. And when you eventually arrive in your seat, finding the time to really root down through the tailbone, letting the legs be really heavy, surrendering into the weight of your bones. And then from there, finding the upward lift, crown of the head rises a little taller, shoulders rolling down the back. We'll bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, gathering yourself here. Calling all the scattered pieces of yourself into the heart space. And once you've gathered yourself, just noticing how you feel in this moment. Noticing how it is to be you here and now, alive in your body. And knowing that everything is welcome. Everything has a part in your human experience in this moment. So not trying to change anything, just being present with whatever is here. And then from here, we'll smooth the hand that's on the heart over to the opposite shoulder. So if you have the left hand on the heart, that's coming up to the right shoulder. And then if you have the right hand on the heart, it's coming up to the right shoulder. And then from here, using the hand to draw the shoulder down, bringing the ear over to the opposite shoulder. So we're starting to find a neck stretch. And breathing into the neck and the shoulder. Knowing that this is where so many of us hold our tension. So we're just giving it permission to start to ease. And if it feels good, maybe you want to have a little bit of really gentle movement through the neck, exploring the position of the chin, noticing the correlating sensations through the neck. Staying with that nice, steady breath. And then when you're ready, slowly coming back to center. Bringing that hand back to the heart, and then we'll swap hand to heart. And the hands are swapping position. And then drawing that hand over to the opposite shoulder. Weighting down into that shoulder with the hand ever so gently, so not too much, just a natural pressure. And then opposite ear to shoulder. Breathing into that side of the neck. Noticing if there's any difference on this side to the last. And then we'll start to find that easy movement here as well, noticing sensation through the neck as you go. And starting to let the body take over here, so not thinking about what you're doing or the purpose from a rational, logical mind. Instead, we're sinking down into the body and letting the body take over and just move wherever the body wants to go from here. Whatever's going to start to find that ease and release. Follow your instincts. And then when you're ready, bringing the head back to center, releasing both hands down, letting them rest on the thighs. We'll take a few shoulder rolls. So inhale, squeezing the shoulders up to the ears. Exhaling them down the back. Inhaling, shoulders rise. Exhaling down. One more time. Lovely. From here, we're going to mount ourselves over the bolster. So, bringing the knees together, we're going to sit down onto one side of the hip. Let's start with the left side, so that we're doing the same thing. And then while we're here, take a hold of a pillow if you have one to hand. Bring that in between the knees so you've got some nice softness there. And from here, we're going to drape our whole side body over that bolster. And then sending the left arm out long and dropping the right hand wherever it feels good. So maybe it's coming out longer, maybe it's relaxing down the body. And see how you go. I've got a little rolled blanket here. You can bring a cushion underneath your head. And maybe you want to come all the way down to the earth. So from here, thinking lengthening along the spine and then draping down. And then we're starting to create a little bit of space through the right side body while getting a little massage underneath us from the bolster into the left side body. Enjoying that pressure. And slowly allowing your whole self to sink down. So making sure you feel really nice and supported. If you don't feel supported, just give yourself a little shimmy. Maybe you want some extra cushions. Maybe you want to cover yourself over with a blanket. So make sure you're really comfortable. Giving yourself all the support you need. And then once you're satisfied, allowing yourself to drop in. Releasing the jaw and forehead. And slowly, eventually, finding softness through the whole body. Maybe that feels like just a little fraction more. But letting that come bit by bit. Until eventually you feel like a beautiful heavy sandbag sinking down to the earth. Taking 3 more deep and nourishing breaths as you are. And then when you're ready, using the hands to guide you back up. And we'll slowly turn to face the end of the mat. Just for a moment here, drawing the feet in close, knees together, wrapping the arms around the legs. Letting the forehead drop down. Holding yourself here. And enjoying that sensation of closing off the outside world as you tune back into your center. Tending to whatever is arising. And holding whatever comes up with softness and tenderness. Lovely. When you're ready, slowly rising back up, unfurling. And we'll shift over to the other side. So bringing the right hip up towards the bolster or your pillows, if you're using bed pillows. And you'll want that cushion in between the knees again. And then from here, thinking inhale to lengthen through the spine. Sending that right hand away from you, lengthening it all the way to the end of the mat and draping yourself over here like a goddess. Enjoying the sensation of the bolster into the right side of the ribs and the hip and all those beautiful muscles down the side of the body, those intercostal muscles. And then we're either having the left hand resting on the body or on the earth or reaching out in front, whatever feels good. Have a little play around with the positioning of your body. Having as much support as you need. Employing all the cushions to aid you in your relaxation. Or maybe it feels better to have no cushions and sink into the earth itself. And coming back to that visualization of sand. The whole body as sand, sinking down into the earth. In that surrendering to gravity, you're starting to find that relationship with earth where you and earth merge. Sinking back into your bones, and earth as one and the same. And as the body sinks further down, the sand dissipating into the earth, you feel earth rising up to meet you, holding you however you need to be held. Giving you all the support you need in this moment. And as you lean into that support from the earth, maybe you have it in you to send back some nourishment and support to the earth. Again, finding that reciprocal relationship. As the earth breathes her full measure into you, and you breathe the full measure of yourself down into earth. Taking 3 more deep breaths as you are. And then ever so slowly easing yourself back up. Taking all the time in the world. And eventually we'll find a seat again. This time bringing the feet together and the knees wide. So from here, notice how you go, see how the hips feel. And it's likely that you'll want a cushion underneath each knee, maybe a block as well, maybe 5 cushions underneath each knee. See what you have, see what works, see what the body needs. And we're just slowly easing into the hips here. So sending the breath down into the hips. And while we're here, we'll bring the hands to the feet and give the feet a little love, little massage. Using the thumbs to really add some pressure into all those delicious spots that feel good. And anywhere that feels particularly kinky, massage into that. Starting to ease out the knots and any pressure in the feet. Sending some tenderness back to these beautiful, often neglected parts of our body that hold us up for so long. Sending some thanks for all they do. And then when you're ready, inhale, finding a nice long spine, rolling the shoulders down. I'm just going to bend forward at the hips. So see where you come to. Maybe that doesn't feel like it's much movement at all. Maybe we're staying quite upright. Maybe you feel like you want to come a little further forward. And let's just let the head hang forwards here. So we're breathing into the back of the neck, the back of the heart space. And we'll find a real slow sway from side to side, tuning into all the sensations of the hips as you go. If the sway doesn't feel good, feel free just to stay in stillness. So this is your practice, you take it wherever you want to take it. Let your body be your guide, listening to your own inner compass. Staying with the breath. And then once you're satisfied, we'll come to stillness here. And if you'd like to, you could bring a bolster underneath you so that the head is being supported. Or maybe just enjoy that hanging forwards. Have a little play around, see what feels good for you and your body. And then eventually, once you're ready, allowing your whole self to sink into stillness. So we'll be here for a little while. If you feel like the body needs to move, then feel free to take that movement, but just encourage that awareness of self. So notice when you feel the need to move, where that's coming from, if it's to make yourself more comfortable, or if it's an urge to fidget and distract yourself. So always coming to the practice with a really compassionate curiosity, self-reflection. And we're going to let the Fairport Convention ease us a little further into this pose. Across the evening sky, all the birds are leaving. But how can they know it's time for them to go? Before the winter fire, I will still be dreaming. I have no thought of time. Who knows where time goes? Who knows where time goes? That deserted shore, your fickle frames are leaving. Oh, but then you know it's time for them to go. I will still be here. I have no thought of leaving. I do not count the time. Who knows where time goes? Who knows where time goes? And I'm not alone. While my life is near me, I know it will be so till it's time to go. So come the storms of winter, and the birds of spring again. I have no fear of time. Who knows how my love grows? Who knows where the time goes? when you're ready, taking a nice deep inhale and using the exhale to guide you back up. And once again, we'll bring the hands to the outside of the knees, drawing them together, wrapping the arms around the legs, bringing it in, forehead to knees. Tuning back in, noticing how you're feeling in this moment. And then from here, we'll slowly ease back onto your back, coming into Shavasana, final pose. Maybe you want to cover yourself over with a blanket. Arriving back where you started with the bolster underneath your knees, maybe your little rolled blanket underneath the ankles, or you could just be headed straight down to the earth, no props, enjoying that simplicity and that connection of the body down into the earth. Here's where you may want your eye pillow. So really taking your time to get set up, really comfortable, preparing yourself for the most delicious rest. And then when you are on your back, pressing into the back of the head to snuggle the shoulder blades underneath you, rolling the shoulders down. And letting the hands rest either on the belly or out side to side, whatever feels good. Taking a nice wide stance with the legs. Letting the toes fall out either side. Taking up as much space as you need. And then allowing the whole body to drop back into the earth. Letting the eyes fall back in their sockets, releasing the jaw. And the whole body totally relaxed. And the whole body totally relaxed. Summertime has come, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. With eagles eagle, we'll all go together to pull the wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will he go as you go? I will build my love above by yon cool crystal fountain, and around it I will pile all the wild flowers of the mountain. Will he go as he goes? And we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will he go as he goes? I will range through the wilds and the deep glens he dreaming, and return with their spoils to the bower of my dearie. Will he go as he goes? And we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will he go as he goes? And we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will he go as he goes? I'm going to leave you to drift off to sleep from here. Thank you so much for joining and practicing with me. It's been an honor as always. If you would like to stay in touch, feel free to message me on social media at @FerrellAndTrue on Instagram, or you can find me Sophie at ferrellandtrue.com. It's been a real honour to practice with you this year online. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you sleep well tonight, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Take care.